Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan, and this is Bethany, and today we're going to be talking about Heroes of Dominaria. This is in the Magic the Gathering universe. But before we get into that, let's do our Pounds and Inches segment where we talk about our journey towards health a little bit.
All right, so the thing that I'm doing right now is I am trying to wake up just early enough in order to walk our eldest to school. I do that for two reasons. One, I think it's good to get some energy out before you have to sit there all day. And then two, I just like spending a little bit of extra time. She still is pulling any type of flower that she finds on the ground, picking up acorns, leaves in this like half-mile walk. And I just want to engage in that and have her be outside if it's only for 10 minutes. So I'm trying to instill that, have us spend time together, and also get a little bit of energy out before she has to sit down for 6 hours.
Well, there you go. I wish I could do that before I had to sit down for that long. But for my this week's not been really going all that great for me. I don't have any kind of wisdom to impart or encouragement to give or update to give, in fact. So this week, I want to hear from you guys. What little nuggets of encouragement or motivation or health tricks that you guys have been using that's been working for you? I want to hear them. And so you can feel free to leave any comments on any of our platforms, especially on our blog at boardgamegeek.com. It's called Pounds and Inches. That's a great place where we talk about our health a little bit. So let's hear from you guys this week and hopefully get me a little bit of motivation and encouragement to keep going.
All right, well, like Ryan said, today we're talking about Heroes of Dominaria, published by WIZKIDS. In this game, we are planeswalkers. What's a planeswalker?
A planeswalker is like a wizard, sorcerer.
We're like wizard, sorcerer people.
Magic summoners.
And we're rediscovering the land of Dominaria, and we're fighting off the bad guys, and we're trying to build ley lines and build up our population and basically be the best hero ever. But if you want to see how that actually plays out, we're going to have Ryan show you that.
In Heroes of Dominaria, each player gets their own player board. This is going to be showing you how you can spend all your resources, as well as the benefits and the points that you get when you do. So there's a little chart over here that tells you what you can spend your resources on. It's called mana in this game, and there's 5 different types. That's similar to the Magic the Gathering game this is kind of referencing. So this symbol here tells you have to spend 1 white resource, as well as 4 of anything else, in order to build another guy. Guys give you points, obviously. When you uncover them, you get points, as well as the more guys you have, the more movement you get. So for every person that you start with 1, you get 1 movement plus 1. So if once you have 2 guys, then you'll be able to move 3 spots total. The next thing down is there's little things called artifacts that you can pick up. It costs 1 blue mana plus 3 of any other color mana. It gets you some cards and some points as well. There's bad guys called the Cabal. When you fight those on the board, it costs 1 black mana plus 2 of anything else. Those actually go on your board, whereas everything else you kind of remove from your board. There are manoliths, which are these giant things here. Play on the word of monolith. Costs 1 red mana plus 4 of anything else. And these little things called the ley lines here kind of help you build your route, build your connections. They cost 1 green mana plus 2 of anything else. So as you build them on the board, you uncover them, you get the points underneath. And then also, in this case, you'd get like a card that gives you some extra scoring points. When you build these guys, you might get some extra mana. And conversely, as you cover up, whatever's the, covered up the most gets that many points. In this situation, we get 7 points from the manoliths, 2 points from the ley lines, and 2 points from the Cabal. At the beginning of the game, you're going to be dealt 4 of these quest cards, of which you'll keep 2. Those are really important, and you'll collect more as the game goes on. But keep those in mind. They are any different number of quests. They could be something like starting on this side of the board and ending over here. It could be building manoliths in certain locations. It could be killing a certain amount of the Cabal. So there's just a whole lot of ways to complete these quests, and they get you a lot of points, and sometimes they get you some rewards as well. The artifacts are also really nice. They get dropped on the board when you place your mana at the beginning of the turn. In this case, you place your red mana on all the red spaces, as well as place one of these artifact tokens on Kel, that city there. And then on one of your turns, you can go there, pick up the artifact by paying the 1 blue mana and 3 of anything else. You get to draw 2 of the artifact cards, choose one of them, and they get you points as well as all kinds of benefits like extra mana, extra movement, just different ways you can break the rules of the game. At the beginning of your turn, you are going to flip over the top card, and you're going to put mana on every location that matches that color. So in this case, all of the green locations will get 1 mana. In addition, this location, the Shanodin, will get, in this case, a Cabal. So we'll find that, we'll put a Cabal token in that spot, and now we can fight them if we get a chance. You start the game by putting your one guy in one of the locations that has kind of that gold ring around it. On your turn, you can do as many actions as you have the mana, the resources, to do it with. However, you only get to pick up resources 1 time, and your movement is limited to the amount of guys that you own plus 1. So on your turn, you might do something like pick up the mana in a location, move around, and then if you had the mana for it, you could build a manolith in the location where you are. The manoliths do, at the end of your turn, they give you 1 resource of the type of where they are at the end of your turn that you can use during your next turn. However, it will expire by the end of your turn, so you need to make sure you use those ones first. And you can only have 1 manolith in each color. So you have a total of 5, matching the 5 colors. Building these ley lines kind of help you pick up more resources. So you can build one connected to wherever you are, and then when you do your pickup location, your pickup action, you can pick up every mana that's connected to your network of where you are. In this case, I can pick up this mana here, as well as this blue all the way over here because it's connected by the ley lines. The game lasts between 9 and 11 rounds based off of how many players are playing. At the end of the game, you're going to point up all your scores. The points are going to come from a couple of places. They're going to come from quest cards that you've acquired, which do different things. They give you some points based off the bottom right-hand part of the card. And they also will have artifact cards, also giving you benefits that get you points at the end of the game. Also, artifacts are a way for those of you Magic players to get a copy of the Black Lotus. You'll also get bonuses based off who was the first person to, get all their people out on the board. The first person to kill 5 Cabal. Basically, kind of maxing out your tracks. And in those ways, you get points. The first person will get 10 points. The second person gets 7 points. Also, whatever your rightmost uncovered spot is, you'll get that many points. And if it's the case of the Cabal, it's the rightmost covered spot. In this case, like 5 points. You add up all those points, and whoever has the most points wins.
So I really liked the player aid in this. It made a lot of sense. I think it didn't even take me a full round to understand what everything was saying, the intuitiveness of it, what you would get, what it takes you to build something. The iconography, there wasn't a lot of it, so it was easy to catch on and pretty fast to do.
I really liked the way you gathered the resources, the mana in this game, how you spent it. Everything just kind of made sense and was very clear.
I did enjoy this game 2-player. I felt like you could basically go off into the board and do 2 different things and not interact with each other at all.
And that was fun. I also liked it 4-player. You weren't really, there was no outward aggression per se, but you were kind of tripping over each other a little bit, trying to take the resources that someone else was trying to get, and that was fun.
I do like the big chunky pieces on it. On your player board, you can see them just dwindling and seeing the board get bigger with these manoliths all over the board. And I just like how the aesthetic of that.
I liked it reminded me of Magic the Gathering a little bit without actually being Magic the Gathering. It kind of had that DNA web, woven through it without actually the gameplay being anything like Magic the Gathering. And
I have never played Magic, much to Ryan's dismay. He's only asked me like 56 times. But I'm sure there was a lot of things that were lost on me because of that. Ryan kept talking about this Black Lotus card, and I was like, okay, that's nice. So I'm sure there's just a lot of subtext in the game that I wasn't able to pick up on.
Yeah, and I could see that would be true for a lot of people. For me, that there was those tiles they call the public quests, those large tiles that you get. They were ginormous. They were huge and kind of unnecessarily and unwieldy a little bit. They took up a lot of space, and even though normally when I'd see an oversized piece, I'd think cool. In this case, I was like, why is this in my way? But that doesn't reflect the gameplay at all. That was just a personal preference.
So overall, this game is a nothing to me. I didn't love it and I didn't hate it. I have no beef with this game, but I'm not like singing its praises. It was just a very neutral game to me. I probably wouldn't ask to play this game, but if somebody, Ryan, wanted to play it, I wouldn't say no. I would still enjoy playing it. I'm just not going to ask for it.
I liked it more than Bethany. I think that part of that has to do with the fact that I do know how to play Magic the Gathering. Granted, a tournament player or something would probably call me a casual player or a noob or something like that. But I do know enough about Magic to get all of those kind of subtle things that they wove into it, and I really liked that a lot. I like this universe. I think it's really engaging and cool. But my big question is about what the marketing for this, who was the target audience for this game? At least from the outside looking in, I'm thinking, as a Magic player, I'm going to see this as not Magic the Gathering and keep on playing Magic. As a kind of a resource management or a light Euro gamer, I'm going to see the words Magic the Gathering and I'm going to think, this is not my cup of tea, I'm out. So there's this, very small oversection, cross.
Cup of tea wasn't his cup of tea.
Nothing is my cup of tea beverage-wise. But there's this, crossover in the Venn diagram of Euro gamers and Magic the Gathering, of which I'm probably one of the few people that's in that minority. And I imagine that there's not a huge market for this, which makes me a little bit sad because I want to see more games in this universe. But I don't know who the market's for and how it's going to fare. I guess time will tell. All right, in the meantime, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. You can subscribe there to see all of our latest videos as they come out.
Contest.
We do have a contest coming up as well. So this week, we're going to have a contest, so stay tuned. We'll have it run for a full week, so give you guys time to all get your entries in so we can include everybody. We also have our spooky October Spooky Game Fest coming up. So we'll be
like PG-13 spooky because I just can't.
It'll be, yeah. Well, there'll be some G spooky too. So we'll bring in our oldest superhero daughter to review a couple games for us as well during that month. So be sure to check all those out. It's going to be a lot of fun talking about those spooky games in October. All right, so subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go to our blog on BoardGameGeek.com. It's called Pounds and Inches, where we talk a little bit more about our health journey. And remember, feel free to comment there because we want to hear from you guys this week. You can check out our Facebook group, Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. You can go to our Twitter account, at Ryan and Bethany 1, and we are on Instagram, at BNFigs. All that might be changing soon, so stay tuned. All those places you can like, you can comment, and you can subscribe because we love hearing from you.
All right, well, this is Ryan, and I'm Bethany, encouraging you to play games, live healthy, and create moments. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.